with the fact that you have spent $220 million running television advertisements that feature you prominently?
Sir, the president tasked me with getting the message out to the country and to other countries where we were seeing the invasion come from, with putting commercials out that told them that if they were in this country illegally.
Senator John Kennedy pressed Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem over a $220 million television campaign that featured her prominently. Kennedy questioned whether that level of spending was justified.
I believe you have a policy, Madam Secretary, that you have to approve all contracts at your department over $100 million?
No, sir, I have a policy in place that I review contracts. My deputy chiefs have the ability to review anything under $5 million. Above that, I evaluate and look at.
Okay. And you do that, I understand, to try to curb waste and abuse of taxpayer money. Is that right?
Yes, sir. In fact, it's been extremely effective. We've saved the taxpayers over $13.2 billion just by evaluating contracts, negotiating lower ones, and canceling ones that aren't necessary to do our duties.
How do you square that concern for waste, which I share, with the fact that you have spent $220 million running television advertisements that feature you prominently?
Sir, the president tasked me with getting the message out to the country and to other countries where we were seeing the invasion come from, with putting commercials out that told them that if they were in this country illegally, that they needed to leave, or we would detain them and remove them, and they'd not get the chance to come back to America the right way. That has been extremely effective.
Ask you to run these advertisements, is that right?
We had that conversation, yes, before I was put in this position and sworn in and confirmed, and since then as well.
Okay. Did you bid out those service contracts?
Yes, they did. They went out to a competitive bid, and career officials at the department chose who would do those advertising commercials.
And the people that you ended up picking were people who had formerly done your political work back in South Dakota, is that right?
No, that's not correct, sir.
I think it is.
No, it's not, sir. The individuals who, I believe the careers who they chose were two different media firms. There's been conversation about their subcontractors, but we have no legal authority to look into subcontractors on work like that.
Okay. And you're saying that you're testifying that President Trump approved this ahead of time. Is that my understanding?
We had conversations about making sure that we were telling people.
No, ma'am. I'm asking you, sorry to interrupt, but the president approved ahead of time you spending $220 million running TV ads across the country in which you are featured prominently.
Yes, sir. We went through the legal processes, did it correctly.
Did the president know you were going to do
OMB.
this?
Yes.
He did?
Yes.
Okay.
And one thing, Senator, I think would be helpful to know is how effective that communications has been. That
Well, they were
overwhelmingly
effective in your name recognition. I mean, I personally just, I mean, to me, it puts the president in a terribly awkward spot. And I'm not saying you're not telling the truth. It's just hard for me to believe, knowing the president, as I do, that you said, Mr. President, here's some ads I've cut, and I'm going to spend $220 million running them, that he would have agreed to that. I don't think Russ Vogt at OMB would have agreed to that. It's something we have to defend. I'm on the Appropriations Committee. My research shows that you did not bid them out, that you pick, in fact, one of the people you picked, the strategy group, Safe America Media was a company formed 11 days before you picked them, and that the strategy group got most of the money, and the head of that is married to your former spokesperson. Look, we all have friends who are qualified. I'm not quibbling with that. It troubles me. A fifth to a quarter of $1 billion of taxpayer money when we're scratching for every penny and we're fighting over rescission packages. I just can't agree with Madam Secretary. Are you still running those ads?
No, Senator, I did not have anything to do with picking those contractors. No politicals at the Department of Homeland Security did.
I understand. Are you
Career
still running
officials
those
followed
ads?
the competitive bid process for
Are you
that.
still running
Everything
those
was,
ads?
I think the ads are due to end here in March, I think within a week or
So
two.
they
I'm
are
not sure of
still
the
running?
update. The one that is running is focusing on angel families. Have you seen that? It is the one that's talking about this is our why. This is why we work every day.
Okay.
Is for the angel
I've gotta
families
move
and their
on.
victims that need to.
The confrontation centered on a massive public messaging campaign run by the United States Department of Homeland Security aimed at warning people who entered the United States illegally that they could face detention and removal. Noem explained that the campaign was part of a broader strategy requested by Donald Trump to discourage unlawful border crossings and communicate immigration enforcement policies both inside the United States and abroad. According to her testimony, the ads were intended to send a direct message to migrants considering entering the country illegally. Kennedy, however, focused on the price tag. $220 million is a significant amount of public money, especially during a period when lawmakers from both parties often argue about cutting government spending. The senator also questioned whether the advertising contracts went through a proper competitive bidding process and whether companies connected to Noem's past political work were involved. Noem denied personally selecting the contractors and said career officials handled the bidding process. She also stated that the campaign had been effective in spreading the administration's immigration message. The exchange highlights a long-standing debate in American politics about how federal agencies use taxpayer money for public messaging campaigns. Supporters argue that large-scale communication efforts are necessary to inform the public and deter illegal activity. Critics often worry that such campaigns can look like political promotion, especially when government officials appear prominently in the advertisements themselves. For viewers trying to understand why hearings like this matter, congressional oversight is designed to ask tough questions about how public money is spent and whether agencies are following transparent procurement rules. Moments like this show how senators attempt to balance policy goals, immigration enforcement, and fiscal responsibility at the same time. Follow for more clear breakdowns of major political hearings and the decisions that shape national policy.